Hey everybody, thanks for hanging out with us. I am Janae Spry and I am a growth strategist and your productivity expert and also your curator of experts. And today I have with me Adam.
Um, Hey, I'm Adam Weiler, founder of Sunken Stone. We are a full-service Amazon agency.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Cool. So we're just going to hop right in. I just wanted to start and ask you kind of how you came up with your business idea and kind of how you started it, because you did a few other things before this current business, right?
Yeah, I've always had, crazy ideas, and whether it was like selling RC cars on eBay, um, cameras, like arbitraging cameras to the UK and overseas, taking electronics down to Brazil and like use that to pay for a vacation once. That was pretty cool. But I was working at a home theater store. This was 2007, Q4 of 2007. And that store was selling audio video equipment, mid to high end speakers and TVs. When plasmas were $10,000 each, that kind of
Oh
thing.
man,
Um,
back in the day.
and exactly, really, I feel old. So that was 2007 going into 2008, and that company went chapter 11 or chapter 7, whatever chapter it was. People weren't cashing out their home equity lines to pay for $60,000 home theater systems anymore, so they didn't need to exist. And I was going to go back and get my MBA from San Diego State. And in the summer, kind of in between, or in the period in between school starting, um, I realized that I started looking around online, and we'd been selling the HDMI cables in the store for about $100. And I made some emails and got connected with the supplier and started sourcing HDMI cables. So I took a credit card cash advance, shipped them over via UPS, small parcel, and put them up for sale online on Amazon, on eBay, on Overstock at the time as well, and sold those first 1,000 in, I'd say, about a month, and then
Wow,
ordered another couple thousand, and then started bringing in containerfuls overseas.
that's amazing. So how long, sounds like that was actually pretty quick. So how long until you felt like this was starting to kind of be something that like, okay, this is going to be my new thing. Like this is what I'm going to do.
Um, I remember the moment I had like an old school smartphone, like one of those Windows, it was like a Windows smartphone, but it had an internet browser, and I had Amazon loaded on my browser, and I was playing golf with my dad one day, and this was right when like FBA launched, so Amazon FBA, where they ship the product for you, and it was probably within 6 months of them launching that program. So I was on the golf course, I refreshed the phone, and I was like, I sold 28 cables today, and I didn't have to do anything, and I was on the golf course. Like, there's something here. This is pretty cool.
Wow. And how long did that take from like the moment that you were like, hey, let me source these cables, let's see what happens, to golf course moment?
Probably 3 months, 3 or 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, pretty cool.
So when you kind of had this idea, it sounded like you were not desperate, but like one thing was not working and you were like, okay, I got to come up with another like plan B like pretty quickly. So did you kind of have in your head like, this is a good idea, like I'm going to grow this to be like a really big company, like this is the plan? Or was it just like, I need another plan right now?
No, I wish I would have been. I wish I would have tripled or quadrupled down on that. Um, so what I did then, so the cables were working. I started, I was living the solopreneur life. It was, I was working out of my spare bedroom, no employees, selling a crap load of these cables. And instead of focusing on there and trying to build something sustainable, I was like, buying envelopes. Why don't I try envelopes and selling those? And I like bike locks, or I like bicycles, so I'm going to start sourcing bike locks. And instead of kind of really owning a vertical, owning a niche, and diving deep into that, I wish I would have done that sooner. Um, where I got lost for a second.
No, I was just asking. Yeah, I was just asking about, did you think about it? So it sounds like you didn't. You were sort of still like, let me diversify kind of thing.
Throw shit at a wall and see what sticks.
Got it. So what was the point? Did you come to a point where you made that decision, or did you sort of continue down the path of, having lots of different products?
So started getting more and more products, but then started really diving into the ones where I would see good numbers on. So for instance, with a partner, went over to China, sourced a bunch of solar chargers and Bluetooth speakers. And this was back, this must have been 2013, 2012. So we were like some of the first Bluetooth speakers on Amazon, got to be number one ranked for iPhone Bluetooth speaker and held that position for a while. So when it was the kind of thing where we were reactive versus proactive, okay, we're getting good numbers there. Let's keep expanding on that versus thinking and strategizing more, which is what I'm trying to do these days.
Got it. Okay. So I have to ask, how long were you able, maybe I should rephrase and not say were you able, but how long were you determined to stay a solopreneur? Like what was the revenue mark that you hit like as a solopreneur and that you sort of started going into thinking about it differently?
Well, I can talk to a few moments in there. I don't think so. I actually hired my first employee. She was working in that spare bedroom, and we were just back to back, and it was very weird. And like the bathroom was in there, so anytime either of us went to the bathroom, it like was very weird, uncomfortable. That didn't work out. So I don't know if you talked about Entrepreneurs Organization on this before. But
I haven't yet, no.
Okay, so it's a group of like a collective group of entrepreneurs that gets together and talks about their businesses and pretty much complains about what's going wrong in their business every month. But my first presentation or forum update in this in my new forum, in my new group of entrepreneurs, my presentation was about, should I take office space? And everyone else in that group had more established businesses, had employees, had been doing this for a while. And I gave the talk. And in this group, you're not supposed to give advice. You're supposed to give experience shares. And you can't directly say, do this. But at dinner, everyone kind of put that guard down. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, get a fucking office and hire employees, and you've got something good here, and go do it. So that was a little kick in the ass that I needed to start doing that.
Okay, and I have to ask, so you're in this spare bedroom of your house, and this person's like literally coming to your house to go to work, basically. Why not have the person work from home? Like, why was the plan to?
I don't know. I was 27. I didn't. You know what? Something that has only come recently is a willingness to say that not only do I not know everything, I hardly know anything, and to seek out other people who have done this before and look for best practices. Back in those days, I thought I was the smartest person when it came to Amazon, so why wouldn't I be the smartest person on all these other things? And I probably was the smartest person on Amazon in a general area, but there was other smart people out there, and it really slowed my progress down with business overall. When I started, I saw Anchor start. And they're doing, I think they're going to do $1 billion this year, or a couple $100 million. And we were buying our product, same factory, probably at the same price, same quality, and they just kept inching forward, making progress, and I was just kind of like stuck in that area.
Okay, so for people watching, would you say that kind of reaching out and building a network and, kind of taking other people's advice earlier, or at least being willing and open to hear it earlier rather than later, would be a good thing to do?
Yeah, it's necessary. Like I see smart, like really smart, really smart people who just like hamstring their growth because they're too proud, or their ego doesn't let them admit that they don't know about certain things. And it's maybe they get to a $5 million business by just the fact that they're brilliant, or maybe they get to a 10 million, or right, like they can get to a certain level, but to get to that next level, you need to know what's going on out there, whether it's books or mentors or some other area to get those ideas, because they're not innate.
Got it. So it's kind of ironic, right? Because it's like the same personality that's going to end up being an entrepreneur. It's like kind of the same personality that doesn't necessarily want to like run around pulling the audience, right?
You have to say, like, and there's times like I get the advice from 5 different people, but then at the end of the day, I still have to say, no, fuck you, I'm going a different direction. But at least now I'm getting the different viewpoints. Before, I wouldn't get the viewpoints.
Got it. Yeah. So that's valuable too, right?
You can still be a stubborn jackass.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you will join us next Tuesday. And don't forget to like or love this video to show Adam a little bit of love for coming and joining us this Tuesday. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.